Going on. Yo, loud and clearly. I don't know. If you can hear me, guys, press 1 in the chat box. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Guys, if you can hear me loud and clearly and you can see me, please press 1 in the chat box. Guys, if you can hear me loud and clearly, please press 1 in the chat box. Live stream offline. Can anybody hear me? Hello? Guys, if anyone can hear me, please press 1 in the chat box. One. Okay. We got somebody that can hear me. I'm hearing 2 echoes. Okay. Guys, if you can see and hear me, please, someone else press 1. Evans, thank you. Can you guys hear me loud and clearly? Orville, hello, can you hear me? All right, perfect. Sorry, guys, had some technical difficulties, but we are back on. Awesome. Rena, thank you. Denise, thank you, guys. All right, guys, here we go. Now, I want you all to know that tonight I'm going to show you why true freedom is created in real estate, okay? Wholesale real estate is the easiest way to create huge profits if you want to create true freedom in your life, all right? Remember that. Now, I know some of you all were saying that you couldn't stay on because of the technical difficulty. Sorry, we have made it back on, and here we go. Now, I'm going to show you tonight how to flip houses on autopilot and become a money printing machine. That's the most important thing. I'm also going to show you my secret unfair advantage that helps me find extremely discounted houses and hot leads, which is very important because there's a lot of these so-called self-help gurus out here in the real estate industry that's giving a lot of misleading information. And I want to show you guys the correct way to move forward. Now, you can travel. You can pay for those things you always wanted, or most importantly, take care of your family. And I think that's one of the things that we need to pay attention to be able to be in position to take care of our families. And real estate can do that for you. All right. Now, when you know you can wholesale real estate, you will always have income. Think about that. When you know you can wholesale real estate, you will always have income. And to be able to flip properties, you know, without having to go to a bank and use your credit or, you know, having to convince a private investor to give you the money. To make money out of thin air with 2 pieces of paper is very powerful. Now, I'm going to show you how you can do this while maintaining a full-time or part-time job. You know, it's a lot of people out there that say, hey, Rico, can I do this while working a full-time job? You know, I'm at work all day. The answer to that is yes, and I'm going to show you how to do that tonight, okay? All right. Today's agenda, real estate profits. How to find underpriced houses that you can flip for massive profits, even if you never looked at a house before, even if you never took a construction class before, Even if you never went to take a real estate exam, you do not have to have a license for this. All right. I can show you how to find underpriced houses. It's so easy. An 8-year-old can do this. All right. Now, today's agenda is also going to involve you on how to find buyers so you don't have to risk any of your own money. Like I said, you're not going to a bank to apply for a loan. You're not trying to convince an investor to give you a whole bunch of money and, you know, having you to repay him back. You're not doing that. That's one of the powerful benefits of wholesaling. It's an easy entry-level way to get started. Now, I'm going to show you how to sell these properties fast and get the money. Most of the competition, they like to jump into wholesale real estate and waste time. We're not going to waste time. We're going to jump in. We're going to understand the system, and we're going to make money. Okay. I'm also going to show you why the time is right now to get into this hot market. There has never been a time in history where you cannot position yourself to get into real estate. You know, I hear so many people saying right now, man, the market is about to crash. The market is it about to end? How can you wholesale? That's bull crap. If you understand how to become a full-time wholesale entrepreneur, you will be able to make money in an up market or down market. Okay. And then I'm gonna also open this up for a live Q&A. As you can see, we had technical difficulties in the beginning, so this is a real live webinar. I'm not doing no pre-recorded bullcrap where everything is automated. So hold your questions to the end of the webinar, and I'm going to help you out with it. All right. All right, now, guys, you know, I'm gonna be flat foot out honest with you. I'm not trying to come across as an arrogant or egotistical person that's so all about myself. But I want to tell you a few things on why you should listen to me tonight on this webinar. I want to state a few facts for you, okay? Now, I'm actually a full-time wholesale real estate investor, okay, with over 150 active students. That means I eat, sleep, and breathe wholesale real estate, and I also replicate my system to over 150 people in the United States, okay? That's from California on back up to Brooklyn, New York, back down to Florida. I have students all across America. I've sold over $100 million in property since 2013. That's a fact. You can research that. That's documented. Okay, I've been in the game for over 8 years. I've sold over 450 residential and commercial properties while I've been wholesaling. Okay, that's very powerful. And I am an annual 6-figure earner. I make an annual 6 figures every single year from wholesale real estate, and I want to show you how as well. And also, my success has been featured on ABC News. You know, I've helped so many students become real successful wholesale real estate investors that ABC News wanted to highlight their success. And I think that's a powerful credibility for a company, especially for a coaching company to have. And so this is why you should listen. You know, nothing that I'm saying to you is false. It's real. I live it. I do it. Unlike these so-called real estate information sellers out here, I'm giving you the real deal. Okay. Now, I want you to know something. Yes, this sounds crazy. I know you're like, man, this is not real, but it's not. I know this almost sounds impossible. Okay. I know you've probably heard this before, but I can prove it to you. And I want to show you why I can prove it to you. I'm not just going to talk about some strategies and not show you the proof. I have real testimonials. And one of the reasons why a lot of people sign up in my program is because they go on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and they scroll down and they see all of the real testimonials. You know, you get to that point maybe where you see an ad and you're like, okay, is he really helping people out here getting checks? You know, I really don't know. But then as you start to see the continuation of people with checks and you start to see how real it is, you believe it. And that's what I wanted to do for my coaching program. I wanted to put so many testimonials out there to the point to where people could just say, wow, his coaching program works. And that's what I've done. Not just here locally in Memphis, Tennessee, but I've done that nationwide. You know, and I want to be able to help 1,000 people. You know, I know I'm not going to be able to get millions of people, but if I can just get 1,000 active hustlers, then I know that I can do something great. That's why, you know, I'm doing this. I want to help people. I want them to understand that wholesale real estate can change their lives. And I just love doing it. I have a sincere passion for it. And guys, I actually want to read some of the testimonials to you that I've received from some of my students. Let's start here. DeMario Harris. He said, shout out to my partner, Rico Smith. Closed my second wholesale real estate deal with him today. If you are wanting to get in the game, reach out to him. He has a great program that not only teaches you about wholesale real estate, but the self-development tools you need to face. Because there are many obstacles you will encounter on a daily basis, guys. I'm just going to tell you. That was a powerful testimony from DeMario, but I just don't, reveal the powerful strategies of wholesaling, but I give you the dynamics of what self-development is and how you can unlock the power of your subconscious mind. Okay, and I think that's very dynamic. Let's read another one down here. It says, I previously contacted you back in July of 16. I've purchased books, I've YouTube, Googled, and all sorts of other things. I've literally just watched the system video, and man, it has me with the chills. That was a great breakdown of the entire system. I am a single mom, and creating wealth for my children is a #1 goal. I'm ready to work, and I'm ready to put forth the effort. What's next? That's a powerful testimonial. Very powerful. It lets you know that, the transparency is there. Now, guys, I want to give you a bonus for staying at the end of this webinar. If you stay at the end, I'm going to give you something that's phenomenal. It's my ultimate 15-point home inspection checklist that I've created over the past 8 years. And, personally, I would value it at $300. I think it's that valuable because you can actually take this checklist, go look at a property and pinpoint and estimate the repairs that property needs. And you can give it back to your buyer so he can be able to dictate how much money he wants to spend on that home. Okay, I think that's very phenomenal, and I want to give that to you for the end of this webinar, for staying at the end. Now, I want to give you my story in 2 minutes. Hopefully, I can in 2 minutes in a nutshell. But guys, basically, I went to high school and I went on up to college, and I just didn't like college. I didn't like the theoretical concepts that was being taught in college. And I was blessed to be able to be raised by my two grandmothers who inspired me to go to college, to have a good lifestyle. And I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. My mom was in the streets and my father did time in the penitentiary. So, my grandmothers took me out of that environment and they instilled in me true values of life. And I wanted to make them happy, which is why I went to college. And just during that time, I felt like it's okay for me to go to school, but I still have to witness my mom and dad suffer. I have to figure out how to make some money so I can be able to look out for them at any time and to prepare for their early retirement, because they're going to need it. They're going to need me. If I don't win, they suffer. And that was my mentality in college. And my second year, I dropped out. I said, I'm done. I want to be able to pursue what I want to do to get rich. And at that time, leading on up to college, while in high school and since the 9th grade, I would overdose on personal development from Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Anthony Robbins, you name it. I was involving myself in that study. And in that study, it led me to see that many millionaires were created from real estate. I saw a quote in the book. It was Oprah, and Oprah said, I make my money in broadcasting, but I hold my wealth in real estate. I was like, wow, she's a billionaire. And then I kept seeing other millionaires just talking about real estate, and I knew real estate was something I was going to pursue. So my second year in college, after reading so many Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, I said, you know what, I'm going to drop out. And I did. And I went to go move with my grandfather in South Memphis, which is a lower income area in Memphis. And it's this picture here you can see of the house. I would literally, stay at my grandfather's house during this time. And he took me in, with open arms. And I struggled during this time when I started my wholesale real estate business. And this is one of the darkest periods I had went into. A lot of people didn't see. Even though I was reading the books, I was getting the money I was making from my dead-end jobs, such as being a busboy at restaurants or a valet parker at a hotel. And I would spend my money on overpriced real estate gurus that promised they could help me, and it went nowhere. I would purchase the program, think that I was going to get some great information, and I couldn't even call the person that was selling it to me. I would have to talk to a salesman that didn't even participate in real estate. As I kept going through these so-called quick fake seminars, I realized it was all bull crap, and I was going to have to wake up and do it myself. And so For that 3-year period, I struggled with no deal. You know, I would put out marketing material. I would try to door knock. I would do anything. Bandit signs. I would write letters at my house. I would drive for dollars, write down addresses, not even knowing how can I locate the owner to call them. And for 3 years, I did not get a deal. And I was just, my self-confidence was let down because here I am, a grown-ass man living with my grandfather in South Memphis. And I wanted to make better for myself. I felt so down. And, you know, when I slept in the backseat of my car at periods when I would go out and I was too shameful to come back home to my grandfather, I told myself, this is going to be it. Real estate is going to happen for me. And in that process, I discovered that magical system. That magical system that I ignored for 3 years. It was like a firework sound that just popped off in my head and everything changed. Now, flash forward 6 years later, I have a coaching company where I'm coaching people nationwide now. You know, I'm doing deals every single month at a rapid rate because of that magical system that I had came across. And I'm going to reveal it to you tonight. I can't cram it in 2 minutes, but I'm going to reveal it to you tonight. And then everything changed. You know, so from 19, 20, 21, it was just dark. And then when I turned 22 years old and I reaped the success and I discovered the magical system, I purchased my first coupe. It was a 645. And as you can see here in this far left picture, I was driving a gray Kia at first, and that was the car. Sometimes I would sleep in the back seat of it. So that goes to show you that it's a journey, you know, and if you believe and have faith, you will have success. And then this picture here is when I started my coaching company, when the demand was high for people wanting to learn how to wholesale houses. I started the coaching program with only 3 people. And then I created a well-known brand nationwide, MadPaper, and we even put it on some apparel here, as you can see me in a MadPaper crew neck. So guys, you know, that's my story in a nutshell. I kind of went over that 2 minutes, but hey, it's okay. Now, this sounds crazy again, but remember, it's not. I know it sounds crazy, okay? I know that the things that I'm going to say, it seems unreal, but this is facts. And I put proof in my webinar so you can see it's facts. Real people that you can reach out through these social networks. If you see their name, go look it up and ask them, hey, is Rico real? They will tell you. Now, Denarius Caesar, he's one of my students here in my program. He's 27 years old with 4 kids, and he's married. He's married. He drives trucks for FedEx full time. And when I say he has crazy hours, this man works 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. You know, rarely gets to see his family. He came to me and said, man, I saw your program online, you know, and I really believe in you. You know, I've looked at other people, but you were convincing. And I told him, I said, man, if you follow the system accordingly, you're going to get your deals. And he said, man, I'm going to take what you're teaching and I'm going to run with it. And that's exactly what he did. When he got in the program, he closed 2 deals in his first 2 months being with me. You know, he generated over $10,000 in his first 2 months. That's powerful. And remember this, mind you, Denarius didn't know anything about real estate beforehand. So don't think you have to have some type of, you know, knowledge about real estate. Like I said, an 8-year-old can wholesale houses. All right. Now, this is why you must commit to discovering how to wholesale effectively, guys. Ask yourself, do you want to wake up to that noisy alarm clock going to a job that you hate every single morning? Or if you love your job, just imagine what an extra 5 or 10K a month could do for you. What could an extra 5 or 10K do for your household a month? Are you tired of being around broke, miserable people that you don't want to be around? You know, it's a saying, they say if 5 of your friends are broke, busted, and disgusted, you're going to be the 6th one. That's a true saying. Now, what's the alternative if you don't figure out how to do this? What's your alternative? What you gonna do? Go to one of those expensive seminars, give them $25,000, and they're gonna give you a kit. They're gonna wow you and pat you on the back and say good luck, and you have to go figure out everything by yourself. What's your alternative if you don't figure out how to do this? It's something to think about. Now I'm gonna show you why this is the best time to get into the real estate market, and you can go research it. It's out there for yourself to see. All the major publications has it. From Forbes, Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Bloomberg, they're all talking about the raging sellers market that we're in right now. And I mean, if you want to make big fat checks as a wholesaler, you need to position yourself to get in right now. Now, what I'm about to reveal tonight, and I'm going to cut to the chase, is how to flip your first property for a profit in the next 90 days without a real estate license. No, you do not need a real estate license. It's one of the biggest misconceptions. You know, I remember starting wholesale real estate, and my auntie used to say, boy, don't you have to have a real estate license and do real estate? I said, no, auntie, it's a big misconception out there about a wholesaler and a real estate agent. It's two separate worlds. So let's banish that right now. You do not need a real estate license to flip houses as a wholesaler. That's not true. All right. Now, there's a 3-step wholesale real estate process that I want to talk to you about. Finding underpriced houses, finding buyers, and locking properties under contract and closing the deal. Now, that's an important one that most of these guys, these cats don't talk about. You kind of hear, you know, finding underpriced houses and how to find buyers, but you don't really go into detail about locking properties under contract and closing the deal. I hope you're taking notes right now. So here we go. How to find underpriced houses. Pay attention, guys. What is an underpriced house? An underpriced house is an off-market property that can also be called a property that the owner is thinking about selling, okay, but has not actively begun to pursue the sale. The definition may be wide, but regardless, all off-market properties are good to find. They mean less competition for the sale, quicker sales, and better deals, okay? Now, what are examples of off-market properties? An example of an off-market property is an absentee owner, foreclosure, for sale by owner, tax sales, code violations, divorces, inherited properties. You know, most people say, well, why don't you just contact the MLS and look for a house? Why don't you just call an agent? We don't want to do that. They already beat us to the punch. The MLS hosts competitive houses to the world. As a wholesaler, your goal is to find something that the buyer has not seen, something very special. And that's what an absentee owner is. That's what a foreclosure is that hasn't hit the MLS yet. We can get that property half off. Now, I want to show you how to find underpriced houses. Most people say, well, you know, I've been driving for dollars. I drove in the neighborhood and I saw some houses, and it was some good houses, man. I know I can get a good deal. Let me write that down. You know, I know people that got a pad full of addresses. They just got a yellow pad full of addresses but no phone numbers. Don't make any sense. Why are you driving looking for houses and you don't have the phone numbers? You need to utilize a resource to locate them so you can call them and negotiate the deal. That's how you become an ultimate wholesaler. And I'm going to show you this secret tool right here. The largest people search that's effective. It's called Intellius.com. Write that down. How do I locate an abandoned property owner? Intellius.com is how you're going to locate them, guys. I'm going to give it to you free. What they're charging you for out there, I'm going to give it to you free, but you have to utilize it. Don't just take it and write it down and put it to the side. Intellius is so accurate that when you put in that address, it's going to pull up not only that person's information, but that person's relatives' information. Their cousins, their aunties, their moms, their dads, their wife, their spouse. That's how detailed it is. This thing is so detailed that bounty hunters use just to locate people. So it's almost fail-proof. So if you want to utilize a software tool to locate these people and do a powerful, what they call skip trace in wholesale real estate, they call it skip tracing, locating, you know, the vacant owners of these abandoned houses so we can negotiate some deals. You're going to use Intellius.com. Make sure you write that down. Another powerful, effective way of locating houses as a wholesaler is bandit signs, bandit sign marketing. One of the most, highly sought after marketing methods that most wholesalers use when starting their business. And I was highly active using bandit signs when I started, as you can see here in this picture in the far left corner. If you can see, I advise you guys, when you start out in your wholesaling business and you want to start marketing, start please writing on your bandit signs. Handwrite them. Don't pre-print them. If you're going to pre-print them, wait till you make some money first so you can massively market them effectively. But if you're just starting in your business, I want you to handwrite on your bandit sign. That's a secret. It's a secret sauce. Most people say, well, why am I going to handwrite on my bandit signs? I write sloppy, or That's just sloppy and unprofessional. Won't most people want a pre-printed bandit sign? Guys, it's a psychological thing. If a person is motivated and they're driving and they're facing foreclosure or they're thinking about selling their properties and they need immediate help, and they look at that sign and it's handwritten, they're going to feel like that is a personalized situation, and that when they call that local number, it doesn't have a toll-free 1-800 number on there. It's not daunting. It doesn't look like a large company. They feel like that you're going to pick up the phone immediately and not have to listen to some type of Google Voice or, guys, true motivated sellers don't want to listen to that. They're going to hang up. They want to know that you're going to pick up and save them. So handwrite on your bandit signs. I'm telling you, this is going to transform your business right here. And when I started out and I made money, then I got pre-printed signs, as you can see here in the far right corner. But I stayed with my local number. I wanted them to know that if they called that local number, I was going to pick up. And even in my 645 here, I would put out a lot of bandit signs. Guys, if you're going to utilize this strategy, don't be like 90% of the competition. Oh, I'm just going to get 10 or 20 bandit signs, 30 bandit signs, and I'm going to feel good putting them out today. That's bull crap. You're not going to win and position yourself to be an ultimate wholesaler that way. Does that make sense? You have to go above and beyond in your hustle. You got to go back on your why. Why are you doing this? Do you want to take your mama out of her rut? Do you want to feed your kids? Or do you want to make a better life for yourself? And when you think like that, your hustle activity goes above and beyond. You must be an uncanny individual to do uncommon things. So when I got started in my business, I would put out 500 bandit signs. 500 bandit signs. And that put me in the category of domination. I'm no longer competing with my local competitors. I don't know what competing is. You must dominate your local market, and you dominate your local market with a lot of bandit signs if you're going to utilize it. Oh, he's talking about a 500 bandit signs. You ain't for this. Keep your job. Think about it. If that's too hard for you, this ain't for you. This is for the hustlers and real entrepreneurs that don't worry about hard work. If you're going to utilize the strategy of bandit signs, you got to work hard. You got to go above and beyond, guys. I'm not one of them guys that's going to get on this webinar and say, oh, in 90 days, you're going to get rich. No, this is a process. This is a journey. You're going to learn so much about yourself that you didn't even know. There were many nights when I was putting out bandit signs, when I would call my friends on a Friday and I would say, hey, man, come help me put out bandit signs, man. You know what they would tell me? Man, it's Friday. We finna go to the club. We're not finna help you. So it would be nice. I would be by myself, crossing intersections and crossing over lights and ducking and dodging the police and trying to explain to the police why I'm out here in the pitch black night putting out signs. That's a real sacrifice I made, and that's the same sacrifice you're going to have to make with the bandit sign strategy. Okay? Now, before I go to the next one, I want to give you guys a powerful tool and a cost-effective way to purchase a bandit sign. And I'm actually going to type it in the chat box so you can actually go there and purchase them. I'm going to do a spell check before, so I won't give anyone the wrong link. Give me a second. Here we go. All right, guys, here it is. I'm gonna put it in the chat box for everyone to have. If you want to go purchase bandit signs to start, go to dirtcheapsigns.com, and I just put that link in the chat box. It's a lot of expensive stuff online. I've been in this business 8 years. I'm just giving you a resource to utilize to go purchase your bandit signs and to get you jump started in your business. Don't be lazy with this strategy. People want to feel, it's like, you know, in this day and time, people like to feel good because they want to associate themselves with wholesale real estate. Just because you got about 50 bandit signs in your trunk don't mean nothing if it's not out, okay? This is not something to be a fan of. If you're going to be on a bench, go somewhere else. Remember that. To win, you have to dominate. You're not going to put out 10. You're going to put out 500 bandit signs. That's your goal. You can put 100 a day for 5 days, or you can say, hey, look, I'm going to do 500 a day. It's on you. Let's go to the next one. All right. Driving for dollars. Driving for dollars. Driving for dollars is one of the most effective ways of finding great off-market properties and talking to motivated sellers. If you've ever driven in a nice neighborhood, you've looked to your right, you've looked to your left, and you might have seen a house and that was boarded up like this one here, this brick home, and the roof was in bad shape, or the lawn had the grass just overgrown, almost overgrown the house. And you're like, wow, that's a good deal. If only I can contact the owner to talk to him to get it. And what you're going to use and what I just revealed to you, Intellius.com. It's that simple. So that's what you do. You get your pad, you get in your car, and you actually fill up your tank, because there's going to be a lot of driving that you're going to do. And you're going to look for certain distressed properties that gives you signs that their property is vacant, busted windows. You know, they sometimes have signs on the door. The mailbox is just blurging out with mail. You know, or you might see a no trespassing sign. These are indications of a good deal. And then another way of finding a good deal is looking for sale by owner signs that's in the yard when you're driving for dollars. Don't look for the sign that's listed with the realtors. Look for the sign that's listed with the owners themselves, because they're not looking for a middleman to, make a commission on their deal. They want to sell the deals. They want to sell the deals themselves. And with them wanting to sell the deals themselves, you can be able to negotiate with them directly without a middleman in your way to get a great deal. Okay. Now, once again, if you're going to utilize this strategy of driving for dollars, don't BS yourself. Don't go out there and look at 4 houses and think you did something for the day. That's not how you hustle. That's not how you grind. That's not how you get something out of your hustle. You must plant your seeds so you can have a large harvest. If you're going to go out there and drive for dollars, make a goal for yourself to get at least 50 to 100 properties a day. In my county, in Shelby County, we got over 363,000 absentee owners. So I could be driving around all day looking for vacant houses and blight property. It's not an excuse for you not to find over 50 to 100 for you to come back home and do a skip trace on those leads so you can see what deals are in there. It's people out there right now. I can hear it, man. It's hard. I'm not trying to do all of that work. But then there's another thing. There's people out there that's saying, man, I'm going to take this and I'm going to utilize it and I'm going to make me some money, because they're hungry. And that's what I want to work with. The hungry individuals, not the tire kickers. It's simple. Now, my last one I want to talk about is direct mail. Direct mail is very, very powerful. I've done it all. Just as I've mentioned, driving for dollars, the bandit signs, the cold calling, the door knocking. I've done it all to find motivated sellers, but nothing has really helped my business go to the next level like direct mail has. I've basically reversed that process. And direct mail is the process of you either sending out letters or postcards to motivated sellers' mailboxes. Okay, absentee owners, people who are facing foreclosures, people who are going through divorces. You can purchase these lists and have a data source company, or you yourself mail out to these individuals and have them call you and negotiate deals. Imagine that. But guess what? It costs us. This is not free. So if you have some skin in the game and some money, you can go ahead and set up an active, effective direct mail marketing campaign, and you can have motivated sellers calling your phone. This is powerful. I want you to do extra research on direct mail. Do some extra Google research on it, because I'm telling you, I've been in it 8 years and nothing has helped me like direct mail has. Okay. Now we're going to move into how to find buyers. How to find buyers. We're going to utilize the internet to find our buyers. And most people just do not know that the answers are right in front of them. I got so many people that are like, how do you find your buyers for your deals? How do I go find real estate investors for my deals? How do I build a buyers list? How do I form relationships with buyers? All of my out-of-state students, they ask this. And the first thing that I say is Google. They're like, what? What do you mean Google? Google. Do you know that every expert buyer in your local market is spending money to be ranked #1 on Google, which is the largest search engine out there? It's common sense. So if I have a student in California and I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, you might question yourself, how could you help somebody and you're thousands of miles away? How can you effectively become a coach and assist them in getting a deal? Well, guess what? I tell them the first resource we're going to utilize is Google in helping them find the expert buyers in their local market first. We have to find 5 buyers in your local market. So what I want you to do is you're going to go on Google, and if you're in California, you're going to type in top 10 real estate investment companies in California. Or you can simply type in real estate investors in California, specifically Los Angeles, if you're in that city. And what's going to happen is these companies are going to pop up. And so this is called the aggressive approach. We're not doing no direct mail to no buyers. We're not setting up no fancy system to go have virtual assistants reach out to these buyers. We're not contacting realtors to, contact buyers for us or send us some leads. We're going to do an aggressive approach, and we're going to build our own direct relationship with these buyers. Does that make sense? Because once the company pops up, now you see the company's address, their name, and the phone number. And what I help my students do is I tell them, look, we need 5 buyers. And from those 5 buyers, we got to get 5 zip codes from each of those buyers. That's going to give us an accumulative total of 25 zip codes. That's basically cover those active areas that those buyers are buying in. So now we can set up a much more targeted direct mail campaign versus you massively marketing in any area. So now we have a position where we can show these buyers that we are serious and that we are not going to waste their time with sending them leads in active areas that they're not buying in. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making some sense out there and you guys are getting this. And like I said, this is not going to be an easy process. It's people say, well, that's easy. I can just call 5 people. You're going to get automated voicemails. You're going to get people that say they don't want to work with you. You're going to get people to hang up. You got to call some people. You got to get down and dirty, and you got to get ready to work. But the benefit about me and my coaching program is I help my students through that process. So those first few calls, I talk to the buyers for them. They don't do that. Okay? They need to know how that sounds versus reading from some motivated seller script that these people be selling out here. I don't do scripts. I get on the phone with my students and I walk them through that deal. So it's going to be Google. That's how you're going to find your buyer. If you're in New York City, if you're in California, if you're in Atlanta right now, if you're in Arizona right now, if you're in St. Louis, if you're in Florida, go to Google and type in real estate investors in Florida, real estate investors in Houston, Texas. And you know what, guys, it mind boggled me on why don't people just do this to go build relationships with the buyers to find out what areas they're buying in, to develop a sharper sense of their criteria. You know why? Because you got a phobia and you're scared and you're afraid. You don't want it bad enough like you say you do. You're just one of those people that's just on Instagram looking at people's lifestyles. Man, I got to do wholesale real estate. I got to get in wholesale real estate. It look good, but you don't want to work. You got to work. That's the only way it's going to work for you. You got to work and put forth the effort. That's how you're going to reap your benefits. Let's move on to the next one. Now, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very, very powerful. Now, I hear you guys out there saying, well, I have a LinkedIn account. It's free. Yeah, Rico, it's simple. What do you mean? Why is LinkedIn so important? Well, guys, I'm not talking about the regular LinkedIn. Yes, I have a free LinkedIn account as well. I use it. I, connect with like-minded individuals in my industry. But I want to talk to you tonight about LinkedIn Premium, a very, very different account versus the regular LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Premium, as a wholesale real estate investor, now you have access to direct asset managers of hedge fund companies, private equity firms, real large real estate investment companies that buy properties nationwide. Not your average local real estate investor. I'm talking about big buyers. They can pay retail for properties. What LinkedIn Premium does is now it allows you to send them a message directly versus you having to send an invite and waiting till these big companies accept your invite. Sometimes I used to pray for a big company to, accept, my invite so I could talk to them. I used to pray, but now with LinkedIn Premium, you can hit them directly. And I want to show you how you can format the message. It says here, "Hi, Scott. My name is Rico Smith. I recently connected with you on LinkedIn. I currently own an investment company in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm looking to acquire non-performing notes and properties. And also I have access to some distressed properties at a very low price as well. If you're looking to liquidate or acquire any real estate assets, I'd love to connect with you briefly and talk about it. I know you are busy and I won't take up too much of your time. Thank you. When I left for my number, that's what you do. You have to work. And guys, don't sit there and try to send out 5 messages and think you think you've done something. Sit there and at least send out 50 to 60 messages to these companies so you can build real relationships and figure out where they're buying in and what's their criteria, so you can send them specifically what they need in order for you to get money. Okay? It's that simple. Now, also, guys, don't you know that you have your local real estate investor meetings in your area? You know, you have your local real estate organizations and meetups, such as your local RIAs. You can locate them online, find out when they will be held, and you can go there and network with the buyers there. Every major buyer goes and is a member of the RIA, so you can approach them physically and see what they're buying. Okay, that's very powerful. All right. Now, something important. How to lock properties under contract and close the deal. We're going to talk about the purchase contract for a second. Now, the purchase contract is one of the most important contracts that you can ever have in your wholesaling career. It is that piece of paper that locks in your position of the deal. You, as an American citizen in America, have the right to control real estate with a purchase contract, with the backing of a title company and a head closing attorney. You can do that. You do not have to have a license. Make sure your purchase contract has a clause in there that says buyer/assigns. That means that you can either buy that property or you have the option to assign your contract to an end buyer. In my coaching program, I provide the contracts for my students to use. Okay. Now, after you lock in that deal with the purchase contract, how do you get paid? You're going to take the second piece of contract, which is the assignment, and you're going to have your buyer write in the compensational fee that you're going to get paid. So if you're going to make $5,000, you're going to write that down in your assignment contract, and that's the contract that your buyer signs. Okay. So your name is going to be on the purchase contract. You sign the purchase contract. The seller signs the purchase contract. And your buyer name is going to be on the assignment. You sign the assignment and the buyer signs it. Okay. This is how you get paid, with the assignment contract, which is a very, very important paper, because now you take those 2 contracts and you send them to your closing attorney so you can get prepared for your close day. Once you send those 2 pieces of paper to the closing attorney, what they're going to do is pull a title on their home to make sure that their home doesn't have any outstanding liens or judgments against it. Okay. It's very, very important. Now, there you have it, guys. We just went over the exact process you can use to find underpriced houses, find buyers, lock houses under contract, and get paid from real estate. Okay. Now, I just laid out the exact framework used to generate millions in revenue in wholesale real estate. You guys see the value in this process out there? If I need some engagement, if you guys have seen the value in this process, I need you to press 1 right now in the chat box before I continue. Let me see you press 1 right now. Someone said this webinar is buffering. Please press 1, guys. If I'm doing a good job, let me know that you can hear me loudly and clearly. Wesley, what up, man? Emma, thank you, guys. Yes. Thank you for the engagement. Let me know I'm doing good. Please press 1 in the chat box. Now, I want you guys to know, thank you. I want you guys to know that wholesaling becomes so much easier when you have a framework you can follow. I want you to remember that. But Rico, what about the other important parts of the wholesaling process? You know, things like setting up appointments or talking about sellers and negotiation. How do you actually lock in a deal? I know some questions out there. You know, how about finding the most motivated sellers? I know you got questions, and what I want to do is I want to reveal that to you. I'm going to show you how you can do that. which is very important. It's not moving. There we go. Now, I'm interested in learning my entire wholesaling process from start to finish. That's what I want to know. How to find houses and set appointments every week. Okay? How to find the most motivated sellers. How to structure your deals for maximum profit. And also my exact negotiation strategies that has helped me accumulate over 450 deals. The exact contracts that I use each and every single day in my business. And even more in-depth training on wholesaling and direct mail marketing, which is key. And so much more. So much more. It's a good drink there. Ooh. All right. Look, you got two options. Option one is you can try and talk to buyers yourself. You can do it. You know, I know a lot of people have phobia. They have fears. They don't even know how to talk to people, how to structure the conversation, or even know what to say. You cannot know if people are ripping you off. How many times have we seen that jump in the ad and we're like, man, can this guy help me in real estate? I want to take a chance, but I just don't know. You know, you can keep going out there taking that chance, or you can keep wasting time. You can keep wasting time. Or you can keep going on YouTube over and over again. Now, look, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with going on YouTube and learning some information. But when you keep going on YouTube over and over and over again, like you're suffering from the analysis of paralysis, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. Or you can keep driving around looking for houses. You know, people like to go get the magnets and put them on a car. They got the magnets on the side of their car, say we buy houses, and they just like to drive and feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. But guys, don't do that till you're blue in the face. Or you can keep reading the same book over and over again, feeling like you're learning something every time. Well, I'm gonna read Rich Dad Poor Dad today and get knowledgeable. How much knowledge do you want? Or you could you could try option two. Look at option two. You can let us guide you through the process using the system we've already proven that works. How many testimonials do I have to show you? I help people. I don't just talk it, I walk it. Or you can get every part of our system set up and running for you within a matter of days. That's how we do. And I'll walk you through that process. That's option two. Now this is the next step. Would you like to hear about how to have this done for you? How about that? Instead of pressing 1 in the chat box, press 2. Put in the Q&A box, I'm ready. Don't press 2. Just put I'm ready right now. Put I'm ready. Let me see who's ready right now. We got questions. Please hold your questions to the end of the webinar, and I'm going to answer them for you. I'm ready. Yes, that's what I want to see. Wesley, appreciate it. Emma, Pony, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for your engagement. Y'all let me know y'all ready. Here we go. I don't know. There we go. We got some more readies. I don't know if y'all ready. Let me wait. I don't know if they're ready. They think that I'm gonna just keep going like I'm trying to sell somebody. I'm not trying to sell nobody. I'm looking for people that's already ready out there for this program. Okay, so I'm not in the convincing business. Do know that. I'm just stating facts. Here we go. Introducing the wholesale revolution, the first full-blown wholesale real estate training course that will make you never have to worry about money again. Think about that. Ran by someone who was actually built a multi-six-figure business and sold over 450 properties, okay? When you know how to sell houses, you will always feel confident in your ability to make more money. How many people are sick and tired of being broke, busted, and disgusted right now and trying to figure out what program to invest in? not knowing if they're trying to steal their money on the opposite side. That's why I call this a revolution, because I'm here to eradicate that bull crap. Now, inside the wholesale revolution, I got 6 modules for you. And module 1, I want to break it down. Module 1, we're going to talk about the foundation for wholesale real estate success, which is incredible. Module 2, I want to show you how to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. We're going to put to bed the old, outdated bull crap that does not work. It sounds good, but it don't work. We're going to put it to bed with this module. Module 3, how to negotiate and close deals on command this week. Not next week, not in 2 weeks, this week. And how do you do that? Imagine being able to have me on your phone to negotiate the deals for you. That's what I do. I take my time out, my personal day, to walk my students through their deals. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, module 4, the place where you close your deals. You know, they always talking about purchase contracts, and they always talking about, you know, aligning yourself with buyers. But where do you close your deals? What's a title company? What's the title pool process? I want to talk about that. I want to show you also how to develop relationships with the closing attorneys. Module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit. What you going to do when you make that money from those wholesale deals? What you going to do, piss it off? No, let me show you how to strategically think in asset allocation. Let me show you how to save your money from these wholesale deals. And then I'm going to move on to module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double closing. You got to align yourself with the big boys who can make retail moves for you. It's okay to have some local buyers, but you want to be able to have the big boys under your belt so you can make big assignment fees. And I'm going to show you that in the revolution. Now, do know that the wholesale revolution, this is something that will never be done, and it will not ever be done again, because I'm basically walking and taking a step into your personal life. Not only am I giving you information, but I'm making you my partner. Okay? You talk to me every single day, and you got my personal phone number. Now, this training will give you the exact framework on every part of the wholesale real estate process to follow. A proven framework. It's no guesstimation in this. It's proven. It's just like science. It's just like if I throw this bottle up, if I throw this Sprite can up in the air, it's going to fall down due to the law of gravity. That's a fact. And that's how you see students coming to this program and get deals, because they're following a proven system. Not some hocus pocus bull crap. Now, you're going to use this framework over and over again to get your first 5,000, or we can scale it if you really want to get serious and scale it to 25,000. That's when your life starts to change. And I'm about changing your life, not just trying to make money to pay a few bills, not just trying to make some money to look good. You got to change your life overall and your family life. Let's get serious with this. Now, module 1, the foundation for wholesale real estate success. We will go over the basis of wholesale real estate and how to make sure you're not going to get ripped off. We're tired of putting our money out here and spending so much money on these goddamn programs. We go to the seminar, they tell us what to do, and then at the end, they hit us with an upsell. And like, man, you told me 200. At the end, now it's all of a sudden 5,000. We done with that. I've created something that is so transparent. How could you not see it? It ain't transparent. How many other more testimonies do I have to show you? This is a real program. We will go over everything I would recommend also in this module for you to begin the reverse wholesaling process. I can hear some of you saying, what is the reverse wholesaling? What is reverse wholesaling? Well, guys, reverse wholesaling is basically switching the thought frame of wholesaling over. Most people think 90% of the competition, and you're going to hear me say it's a lot, 90% of the competition think that they're supposed to go out there and find a house first. Well, I'm going to just do some marketing. I'm going to massively market it in the area. Hopefully I can just find a house. And then when I find a house, I'm going to just blast it out to the world. And a buyer is going to call me and I can get it done. That's bull crap. That's one of the most frustrating things you could do as a beginning wholesaler. You have to cultivate genuine relationships with the expert buyers first, and the money will follow. That's reversing it. And so if you cultivate genuine relationships with the expert buyers first, then guess what? You created yourself a cheat code, because now you're going to know the criteria. Hey, do you like 3-bedroom, 2 baths? Do you like 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, townhomes, condominiums, multifamily? Now you know how to structure your marketing now, versus you setting up a massive marketing failure campaign. There ain't no educational program that's going to show you this, because I'm doing it each and every single day. This is how I pay bills in my house right now. I'm coming to you from the comfort of my home. Now, we will go over how to find buyers so you don't have to risk any of your own money. Don't you know there's people out there that think, oh, I got to go apply for a loan at the bank. I got to go ask somebody for some money. No, you don't. You're being a middleman. The only thing you have to rely on is your passion, your hustle, your drive, and your enthusiasm. That's going to get you to the next level in this. All right? Now, module 2, how to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. This one is huge right now. This one is so big because people are lost. They're like, oh man, do I do banner designs? Do I do SEO? Do I do websites? If you just zone in and focus on direct mail only first, you're going to see a big change in your career. Learn how I select niches and go after the market. I just told you how I select niches. I develop relationships with the expert buyers, and I find out where they're playing, and I set up that market. No more unnecessary, frustrating marketing methods that don't work. We're done. It's dead. Pay attention to what works and follow the system. Follow success. Learn how to find the exact properties to target so that you can be assured the properties are pre-qualified for you to buy. Guys, it keeps going back to the reverse wholesaling process. If you develop a relationship with an expert buyer and you understand that he loves suburban areas, he doesn't want to buy in the lower income or in the hood, then you know that if you receive a suburban lead from your campaign, you're going to send that lead back to who? Him. You're not going to send him a lead that comes from the lower income or the hood area to him. Why? Because you're going to waste that buyer's time. You're not going to waste his time, because I'm going to show you how to move effectively. And then we're also going to discover the little known ways to find sellers that nobody thinks about that kicks ass for wholesaling. No one thinks to just go into the yellow pages and simply go into the real estate section and call any real estate company, anybody that involves themselves with real estate companies. All you have to do is just start cold calling and ask somebody, hey, my name is Rico Smith. I just started my wholesaling business, and I see that you're a plumber. Well, listen, I want to drop this on you. I'm involved in real estate, and if you know anyone who has a property for sale, give me a call. I can hear somebody now. Why would he call a plumber? Because he's involved in real estate. He fixed toilets. Don't you think he worked for a real estate investor? That kicks ass. That's stuff that they're not telling you about. And I want to show you that in module 2, many other ways in which you can find sellers. That's just one. Module 3, how to negotiate and close deals on command this week. Learn about the exact contracts you need to close your deal and how to structure the contract for your benefit. It's very powerful. I'm also going to show you in module 3 how to understand the difference between a real estate agent and a wholesaler. I'm so tired of that misconception. They're like, man, what's the difference between an agent and a wholesaler? Do I have to get my license to participate in wholesaling? That's false. You don't have to have your license, okay? And I'm going to show you how to negotiate with your sellers to arrange a maximum profit in a win-win situation with your buyer. Now, this process is incredible. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't believe in motivated seller scripts, guys. I do not believe in motivated seller scripts, because if you're reading from a piece of paper and you're trying to talk to a motivated seller on the phone, that person can tell if you're a rookie. They can have a hindsight listening to you that you don't know what you're talking about. So they may hang up in your face. You ruined the deal right there. That happened to me so many times when I spent money on these overpriced programs in real estate. There was no true accountability. There was nobody that I could call. But in my program, what I'm going to do in this module when your sellers call you, you are to call me so I can negotiate the deal for you. You're going to leverage 8 years of personal experience on the phone to help close your deal. Think about that. Who's doing that? And if you got a coaching program out there that's doing that, let me know. I need to go see it because I've been looking for it. I'm going to negotiate the deal for you while you are on the phone, on a conference call. That's how you edify me. That's how you learn how to negotiate. And so after listening to me for the 15th time, I'm going to say, hey, it's your turn. Let me see how you structure the call after listening to me so many times. Guys, I make this easy for you. This is why I call it a revolution. Because I'm sacrificing my personal time, freedom, and energy for your life. For you to get success in real estate. It's a personal sacrifice I made. And I also want to show you that when you become a student, you're going to get the contracts that's already included that I use in my business. It's already downloadable in your back office when you become a student. So where do I get the contracts? What does it say? What clauses do I put? How do I structure it? Do I type it? No, it's already made, pre-printed. I just walk you through it. And if you get a deal, we're going to lock it together. And I'm going to walk you through that process. There is nothing you will do by yourself in this coaching program. Module 4, the place where you close your deals. Exactly how to position yourself as the expert by building relationships with title companies. You got to set yourself apart from the competition. Every time, you close a deal, you want to be able to go back to that title company and give them something. A gift of appreciation. It could be donuts. Hell, it could be a gift card. Something of appreciation that sets you apart from the other wholesalers out there. Because if you do this, what's going to happen is you're going to be one of the wholesalers that get your deals done quicker in that title company office when they're busy. I hope I'm making sense. Now, Module 4 has in-depth details on how to gather the info you need to set yourself up for an easy close. It's called Working with Transparency. And I'll show you how to do that with the email setup with the proper contracts. Okay? Now, I'm also going to, in Module 4, we're going to talk about how to get the closing attorneys to close your deals at rapid speed. And it goes in hindsight with what I was just saying by gifting them something when they close your deals. They're going to see you as something of significant importance because you appreciate their time and their work ethic. Okay? Now, in Module 4, there's one little secret that will allow you to become the best wholesaler in the entire company's office. And I want to reveal that to you. If you move with consistency, if you, are a person of your word, if you don't waste time, if you do what you say you're going to do, then trust me, you're going to be the best wholesaler that title company has ever worked with. And also, the title company is where you pick up your checks. Most people are like, is the checks wired? Does the check come from the buyer? You're not a bird dogger, okay? You're not a bird dogger. So the buyer is not going to cut you a check from his company. The title company is going to cut you a check from the escrow account, okay? And I want to talk more about that in Module 4. Thank you, Latisse David. Very true about the title company info. Thank you so much for your engagement. I appreciate that. Module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit. We've made it to Module 5, guys. I appreciate your engagement on the chat box as well. Now, with Module 5, I want to take you by hand and show you how to close your deal using a proven framework that I've been using for the past 8 years. And then I'm also going to show you what to do with the profits you earn from wholesaling, how to build capital and become an ultimate wholesale entrepreneur. I should have put real estate there, but hey, we got it. Now, discover the 52-week saving secret as well that most people bypass. There's 52 weeks in the year, and all the money that we make, you can take a little bit of that money that you make and just chip it away and save it. And at the end of the year, you will have a nice little nest egg that can boost start your business or boost start your marketing or boost start whatever you need for your wholesaling business or boost start you getting into the coaching program. Whatever you need to get done, the 52-week saving secret can allow yourself to do that. And I want to show it to you. And then another thing that these real estate bullcrap coaching programs out there keep talking about that. No, I'm sorry. Don't talk about is asset allocation. What do I do with my money and what can I invest it in that will bring me more money back? It's very powerful. I want to talk about that. Now, module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double closing. Many techniques to find and contact billion-dollar companies. That's right. You want to contact billion-dollar companies. You want to contact companies that eat, sleep, breathe real estate because that's all they do. So if you could connect with a billion-dollar hedge fund company, in which I have before, is possible, and I opened up my doors for that, so you can build relationships with them, then your business is going to like boom. It's going to boom tremendously. And in module 6, we're going to talk about how to close a deal with over $15,000 in profit with a hedge fund company. The reason being is because hedge fund companies like to pay retail. They will pay more than what the local real estate investor will pay in your city. And you're going to make more money in the process. Now, how to make more money than you ever thought possible through wholesaling while working with a hedge fund company. If you develop and cultivate a genuine relationship with this hedge fund company, then guess what? You may come across a bulk property package. You may come across an apartment building. And now those little assignment checks that you were making are growing to be bigger. $30,000, $40,000 checks. That's how you transition and do some things in your life and for your family. That's what I want to show you. How to build relationships with multimillionaires. Guys, this is one of the best things you could ever do. Building real relationships with multimillionaires will catapult your business. Because, hey, some of us want to be real estate investors in the future. And if you cultivate a real relationship with a buyer, then in the future, that buyer will, in return, give you money to buy your first property or to do a successful flip, guys. Now, how to perform a double closing is very, very key, very important, because sometimes you don't want these companies to see all of the money that you're making in the process, and you want to hide that, okay? And then we're going to talk about the technical aspects of the double closing process, which is very, very beneficial. Now, take a drink. It's a little slow. Guys, I got something good for you. I appreciate you all, the ones that, you know, have stayed throughout the time of this webinar, throughout the little technical difficulty we had as well. I want to give you a bonus. And this is something very, very serious. This is self-development secrets. And I hope you take this and use it in your life. I'm going to give this to you. Learn the 11 forgotten universal laws, which will transform your life in wholesaling and beyond. Learn how this can impact your business massively. Also, from the 80% mental and 20% know-how rule. I want you to discover the power of your subconscious mind, which is a gift God gave us, but it lies dormant, and most people do not know about it, okay? Then also, we're going to learn the secret money information that will attract money in your life instantly. This is something I've used, and I use it in my life every single day. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm going to say it again. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Guys, this is powerful. With the you know, the act of repetition and harnessing repetition with this information, guys, you're going to see it manifest in your life in so many ways. So I hope this bonus, you know, adds some value to your life. Now, check it out. So much will be done. Okay. Look, everybody, this is the exact framework I have used and shown to others to build themselves 5- to 6-figure businesses through wholesale real estate. You can have new set appointments within the week once you get started with this. Once you get your system in place, it will change your life. I'm telling you, once you get the hang of it and understand what's going on, it's going to change your life. forever. Once you understand it with clarity, this is the beginning of a revolution. Why you call it a revolution? Because this is something that's never been done before, and it's going to change the entire industry as we know it. And it's going to collapse this fake bullcrap coaching industry that they got out here right now. I'm sick of it. Now, bonuses. I got more bonuses just for you getting into this program. Wesley, I'll see you Saturday, man, at the class. Thank you for getting on the webinar and learning some extra stuff, man. I appreciate that support. I'll see you Saturday. Now, how to develop a winning mindset. The same concepts I use to program my mind for success, I'm going to give them to you. Now, another thing that I'm going to do as a bonus when you get in the wholesale revolution is I'm going to give you a personal phone call to show you how serious I am and how intentional I am. And I'm going to detail how our working relationship is going to be. You're not talking to a secretary. You're not talking to an assistant. You're talking to me. Okay? Now listen, this is a revolution. And that word is not to be taken lightly. When I was stuck paying for these overpriced, watered down, bottled up seminars and coaching platforms, I could never actually call someone and talk to a real person when I needed help. How many of us out there felt the same way? I know it's somebody out there that felt the same way. Well, today, that all changes with the wholesale revolution. That's going to change. I want to talk to you. We are the only real estate coaching program that offers this. Now, there's another bonus, and that's access to the wholesale revolution community for you to network and develop relationships with like-minded individuals that's in the same industry as you. I want to give you access to my student group to review houses and ask questions in this group that I always respond to. How many times have when we go on these groups, we've left a comment or we had a question and it's just sitting there dry as hell? We're like, man, I know you see my comment, just comment to it. It don't take number 2 to 3 minutes to reply to me. That's how intentional I am. I'm going to respond to you each and every single time you leave a comment in my group. This is not going to be that automated bull crap. This is true accountability. You're not going to see this no more. Now, let's go over the module one more time. The wholesale revolution. You got module 1, the foundation for wholesale real estate success. Module 2, how to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. Module 3, how to negotiate and close deals on command this week. Module 4, the place where you close your deals. Module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit. Okay? And then module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double close. This is some dynamic stuff. Man, took me 8 years to get here, but I'm glad I got here. Now, this is the bonus. How to develop a winning mindset. That's what I promised you. Another bonus, a personal phone call with me. Let me talk to you. Let me congratulate you on getting to the program and just see where your mind is at. And then I'm going to do the last bonus, which is the wholesale revolution community. So important. I mean, you got hundreds of people in this coaching program that's facing challenges, that needs help. They may have a deal in which you can partner with them to make some money, co-wholesaling. The community is something I'm so excited about, and I can't wait to grow it to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Now, with everything that I've just mentioned here, you know, my combined 8 years of experience and all the time that I'm putting in with my students, you know, them having my personal phone number, them having to call me every single time they need some help. The total value of everything is $10,673 for the wholesale revolution. That's the total value. You know, we've looked hard at this. We've analyzed every single thing to a T, and it comes down to $10,673. Now, let me ask you this. If all you did was bring in an extra $5K a month in your household, I just want to have a real heart-to-heart conversation with you. Would it be worth a one-time investment of $10,673? What would it feel like to be able to know and feel confident to wholesale real estate without risking any of your own money? What would it be like to finally quit your job and take that vacation you always dreamed of? I know you're sick and tired of that world. Like, man, I need to get out of this. I need a vacation. I need to go somewhere I want to go. I'm tired of scrolling on my timeline, seeing everyone across the world, and I'm stuck in this cubicle. Now, what if it gave you the security to know that your family would be taken care of? Now, let's think about that. No more worries. No more, hey, I need this. I'm short on my light bill. I need some assistance. No more of it. Mama, I need a new uniform. Mama, we about to go on a field trip. Mama, I need some new shoes. Mama, no more of it. It's okay. I got it. Think about that. That's what I want to hit on tonight. What would it feel like to create your own schedule and wake up when you want to? You might want to roll over and wake up at 10 instead of 7:30 because you got that choice. Money is power, and it creates freedom. And I want to give you some. Now, ask yourself, after everything I've just mentioned, would it be worth $2,997 maybe? If it gave you all that benefit that I just detailed to you, would it be worth that? Ask yourself that question. Well, guess what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I said this was a revolution and I'm doing something that has never been done before. And it took me a long time to get with my partners and my comrades and my associates to even drop it here. I'm going to do a 48-hour live special tonight. And it's going to be an offering. This is limited to the first 10 buyers for access right now. You get access to the wholesale revolution today for only $14.97. That's $1,497. People paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in college tuition and in debt and they ain't got a job yet. This is more than that. And I'm giving you my 8 years of experience to help you become a 6-figure to 7-figure earner in this business. To drive what you want, live where you want, wear what you want, do what you want. I want you to visit the link right now, www.thewholesalerevolution.com/go, and let's get in right now. And when you get in, I'm going to immediately give you a phone call so we can talk about this. And this is limited to the first 10 buyers. Now, also, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to give you a 30-day refund guarantee for people out there. There's a 30-day action-based refund guarantee right here. You watch the videos and you do the prospecting method that I outlined to you, and you still feel the information wasn't worth it, then no question asked. I'm going to give you your money back. My company has a successful record of giving people their money back that wasn't happy. Okay? And once again, here is the link. I want you to get a pen, a pencil, get your phone, screenshot it, or whatever you have to do. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the chat box. I'm going to type the link. I'm going to take time out to type the link in the chat box so you can have it. Give me a second. Make sure I got it right. wholesalerevolution.com/go. All right? That's what I want you to do. Go to that link right there. And yes, I do have more testimonials. And yes, I can prove to you why, what I teach is real. I got students all across America. And I got more testimonials to show you. We can go all night long. You let me know when you guys want to stop. I'm actually going to read one here. It says, let me pick one. Let's pick one from my partner and client, Craig, out of Atlanta. It says, man, it's been about a year since we have spoke, but I wanted you to know that I finally got my first deal. I felt I owed you the respect to know that, especially because I started with you. Peace, Craig Jones from Atlanta. Peace, Craig. Appreciate that, man. Let's read another one from Nikki. Hey, Rico, it's Nikki from your class earlier. What you are doing is amazing. We wanted to talk a little more, but we had to get to our sitter. We came to your class for the information, but we came to see what kind of person you truly are. And energy does not lie nor hide. You are impeccable. For you to give your information and resources to help others bypass the obstacles you have overcame is inspiring and motivational. We will definitely be attending many more classes. Thank you. That's a powerful testimonial. This is real stuff. I do this. Now, I'm going to give you a fast action bonus. If you join immediately and you will receive an extra phone call from me. You know, I want to not only talk to you and congratulate you on getting the program, but I'm going to talk to you about the game plan. What do you have to do once you get done, you know, looking at some videos or watching some materials? I want to walk you through that game plan that we're going to be doing together. Wow, I got people signing up right now. So I got seven spots available. I've just had three people. Guys, once this webinar is over, I'm going to give you a call. I appreciate you and congratulate you. I have 7 spots available if you want to get involved right now. So yes, I'm going to give you a personal phone call and I'm going to walk you through the process on what to do. Okay? Now, let's go. Let's go. Let's join the wholesale revolution. Guys, I have classes here also locally. If you are ever in Memphis, Tennessee, and you want to come, you automatically can come to class if you sign up. I don't care if you're in Seattle, New York, Washington, D.C. When you ever come to Memphis, the doors are open. I want you to come and see how, you know, to get the personal experience of how I teach this system. It's very dynamic. Most people say when they come to my class, they feel like they can do anything. And I want you to feel the same way, guys. Got students all across America. You know, I keep saying that, but I'm extremely blessed and happy to be able to do that because these people have faith in me. And not only that, I have built powerful relationships with these individuals, and I want to keep doing that. And once again, I have plenty of pictures with successful students that came through my program, and I've walked them through their deals. That's what's different about my program again. That's why this is a revolution, because I walk them through the deal. I help you set up your marketing campaign. I help you negotiate the deal. I give you the contracts. You have access to my personal phone number at any time. What you want to call or FaceTime me, you choose. That's why this is a revolution. Now, join a wholesale revolution. This is about much more than just wholesale real estate. This is the beginning of something huge. This is a big passion for me. You know, I'm going to show you how to learn how to develop a winning mindset. Learn how to create income on command. And right now it says I only have 10 spots. I only got 7 spots available at the pre-sale price. And join it right now. Let's go. Now, guys, I want to be able to talk to you about some of the successes I've had. And as you can see here, I'm in my BMW i8 that I just purchased. And wholesale real estate has allowed me to be able to do great things, like purchase a nice car. You know, not materialistic, but it's okay to have nice things. Okay. And not only that, but the people that I develop relationships with, as you can see in this center picture, my students, my core students that, like I said, has taken faith in me. Some of these people just saw me online at first, didn't know nothing about me. But when they met me, they saw the true transparency about the program. And I cherish that dearly. And as you can see, I have my partner here, Callie Neal. She's my girlfriend. She's been my partner in crime. She's have helped me and supported me throughout this process for over 6 years. And, you know, wholesale real estate has helped us out a lot. You know, we've had dark times and now we have bright times. As you can see here in this picture, we're in New York City in Times Square. We're actually visiting some out-of-state students that I have in my coaching program, and it is phenomenal, and I love her. Okay. Now, what happens next? You're going to go to the Wholesale Revolution website to join. That's what you're going to do next. I've given you the free advice on how to, you know, get your wholesaling business started. But now you have the accelerated option of getting started, which is joining the Wholesale Revolution. And I got 7 spots available right now. So guys, we made it to the section where I promised you all I would help you with questions. This is a real live webinar. It's nothing pre-recorded. So if you have any questions right now, I want you to go ahead and put that question in the chat box, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it for you. Give me some questions. Yo. Give me some questions. Yo, give me some questions. Yo, Okay, let's go. Somebody got questions out there. Get some more drink. Anyone have any questions? You guys must be signing up. I appreciate you all for your engagement tonight on this webinar. Is there? Yes, there is a payment plan. Yes, there is a payment plan. All right, you can do either the $14.97 or we can do a monthly payment of 5 months of $333. So yes, Emma, there is a payment plan. Any more questions out there? Thank you, Emma, for asking the question. Guys, I'm a real person. If you send a question in, I'm going to answer it for you. I'm not too Hollywood. I'm not too egotistical. You're welcome. Any more question, guys? Got to go ahead and get ready to call these students that just signed up. Audrey said, I want to be involved, but I don't have that right now. Audrey, we do have payment plans. If you don't have the full $14.97, we can help you up with $333. Audrey said, do I just wait? Yes, there you go. I was just talking to you. Yes, if you can actually look at the payment plan, that may be a little bit more cost-effective way of getting started. Tuition is expensive, but it's real. I'm giving you my all. I'm giving you everything. Something that you don't see out here from these other real estate programs that's offering you automated coaching. You get the kit, you get the motivators of the scripts, you get the nice book, you get all of these videos, but where is the access? Why can't I call that person? And so I think at $14.97, it's not expensive. It's really, it's affordable versus these fortune builder guys, and they're charging over $50,000 for the information. Emma says, I'm in there like swimwear. Great deal. I've been to a lot of seminars. Emma, I will talk to you in a minute. I think you just signed up. I see it on my phone. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you for seeing the transparency in this. I mean, it's not rocket science. You have me, you have my 8 years of experience, you've seen the testimonials. Now it's just about getting started. Guys, I'm going to take my time with you. I want to be able to help you answer your questions. Please. Anything related to real estate that you don't know about, I want to help you tonight. I'm going to keep this open a little bit longer than I usually do. Did you see that the sign up list? Any question, guys? Guys, I see you all still logged on. Somebody is out there with a question. Just put it in that chat box and let me help you out. Okay. I guess that's it. Guys, I really appreciate you for staying to the end of this webinar. You will get the bonuses in your email that I promised you all. I will have this webinar again next Thursday. If you have any friends or associates who's been talking about wholesaling or thinking about getting involved with it, make sure you have them log on next week and tune in. Okay? All right. Have a good night, guys. And I'm excited to call you all and get your game plan started. Okay?